My name is Helen Clark, and I thought I'd tell you a little bit about the three types of readings that I do. The first type is called a psychic reading. And that reading is if you have specific questions about things in your life, of what's coming up, issues around relationship, career, things like that. That reading I do actually a couple different things with it. I read the cards, and so answer the questions you have with the cards. I also do some clairvoyant reading. And what that means is I just kind of focus in and am able to connect and get some more information for you about those issues. The second type of reading I do is something called a mediumship reading. And in that reading is when I attempt to connect with loved ones of yours who've crossed over to the other side. When I do that, and this is actually probably good information for any medium you've ever seen, when I do that type of reading, first of all, I can't guarantee who's going to come through or who's not going to come through. And when you do that, it's not where you come in with questions per se, because at that time I don't want you to give me any information. And that's where I need to give you information. And when you do that with a medium, I want to make sure that being able to give you 2 or 3 very specific pieces of information about your loved one so that you both know that you're talking about the same person. And once we do that, then I'll give you whatever message they may have to give you. Most people come in wanting to connect with 1 or 2 people, and often we can, but there's frankly no guarantee that's going to happen. So I recommend if you come in to do that, come in with an open mind and a long list of people so you can remember who the heck you know is past, and we'll try to focus on that. The third type of reading I do is something called hypnotic past life regression. That's a big fancy way to say that I hypnotize you and I take you back to a fun time in a past life. Now, some people want to do past life regression because they have an issue or something they're working with in this life, and they think if they go back to a past life, they can kind of help resolve that. I don't really do that kind of work very often. I do it once in a blue moon if someone's coming in and they're actively seeking help and they currently have a therapist or a counselor that they're working with, and then I'll help them go back to that time and see if we can get more information. Because quite frankly, I don't think it's a good idea to say, yep, you're right, your dad did kill you in the past life. Oops, bye-bye, see you later, hope you have a good life. I don't think that's a good idea, because I think you need more support with that if that happens. And quite frankly, many times, whatever issue you had in the past life that you're struggling with in this life, usually you have enough data with the information in this life to help you resolve it without having to go back to a past life to find out even more data. So those are the 3 types of readings I do, and of the first 2, those 2 generally last about an hour, somewhere in that neck of the woods. The hypnotic regression, that one can sometimes last longer. It can go up to an hour and a half, but sometimes it can be complete in an hour. And I charge for each one basically by the time I spend. So it's usually about an hour to an hour and a half I generally charge. Okay? Thank you. Give me a call if you have some more information about that. Bye-bye.